what they talk about all these current strikers and whatever, there's none of them have done something that I've not.
This is Andy Cole.
Their own fans again. It's kicks to Cole.
The fourth highest goal scorer in Premier League history with 187 goals. Yet his name is rarely spoken in the same breath as Alan Shearer, Thierry Henry, Wayne Rooney or Sergio Aguero.
Top 10 Premier League goal scorers. Right. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, you can't erase me.
But why? Why does a striker with numbers that strong so often get overlooked? In this video, we'll explore why Andy Cole's legacy deserves far more recognition and why he absolutely belongs in the conversation with the greatest forwards the league has ever seen. "187 goals in the Premier League is very impressive. But do you know what's even crazier about it? Of those 187 goals, only one came from the penalty spot. Just one, which is almost unheard of. Take penalties out of the equation, and Cole rises to second on the all-time non-penalty goals list, just behind Alan Shearer. Meanwhile, players like Kane, Salah and Aguero see their totals take a big hit once you strip away the penalties. If Cole had been his team's penalty taker, he'd almost certainly have broken the 200 goal mark. But the thing is, he never cared for penalties.
Why did you not take penalties if you were like the best?
I didn't believe that if I took penalties, I would justify myself if I'm going to play and be a goal scorer.
Okay.
That was my mindset, you know. If I can't do it in open play, I'm not good enough.
And frankly, he didn't need them. He was already prolific without penalties. For example, Cole is the fastest player to ever score 50 goals for Newcastle, achieving it in just 50 games. For comparison, Alan Shearer needed 94 games, and Alexander Isak did so in 89. And unlike Cole, both designated penalty takers. And in the Premier League as a whole, Cole was once the fastest to reach 50 goals, getting there in just 65 matches. That record lasted decades, until Erling Haaland broke it with 48 games. But even then, 11 of Haaland's goals were penalties. In fact, Haaland's rise has only highlighted just how remarkable Andy Cole was. Because time after time, whenever Haaland set a new record, the name sitting just beneath him in the history books was often Andy Cole. Take his debut Premier League season. Cole scored 34 goals, which was also the record for the most goals in a single season. It stood untouched for nearly 3 decades, until Haaland finally broke it in 2023 with 36. But here's the tragedy of Andy Cole's career. Despite the numbers or the records, he was often disrespected, even during his prime. It began with a single comment from England manager Glenn Hoddle. He claimed that Andy Cole needed 5 or 6 chances to score 1 goal.
Yeah, remember when Glenn Hoddle with that 4 or 5 chances thing?
Yeah, he started all this notion. And once he started that notion, the media hung on to it as if for dear life.
The narrative stuck, and it followed him everywhere. It limited him to just 15 appearances for England, denying him the chance to truly shine on the international stage. He wasn't even selected for the 1998 World Cup squad, despite having a good season.
Cole allowed to turn. Andy Cole, yes!
But Cole wasn't wasteful like Hoddle claimed. In fact, he was clinical and he was consistent. Take the 1993-94 Premier League season. Cole scored in 26 different matches out of the 40 he played, a record that still stands to this day. He wasn't stat padding his numbers against certain teams. He was delivering week after week against almost everyone.
Andy Cole, here we go again!
And he wasn't just a goal scorer. That season, he added 13 assists on top of his 34 goals, becoming the first ever player to top both the scoring and assist charts in the same season in the Premier League. A feat so remarkable it's only ever been emulated by legends like Henry, Kane and Salah. And it wasn't just the sheer number of goals that separated him from others. It was also the quality of his goals. Cole had every type of finish in his locker.
Neville up towards Solskjaer. Cole! Oh! Simply sensational from Andy Cole. Sheringham. That's a great ball through for Andy Cole, who hits it first time! It's another magic Manchester United moment!
He also stepped up when it mattered most. Think of his winning goal against Juventus in the Champions League semi-final, or the title-clinching strike against Spurs during United's historic treble season. And when it came to trophies, he had it in abundance. 5 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, and a Champions League winner's medal. That's quite the collection. And despite the criticism, his teammates knew exactly how good he was.
Cole, to be fair, has took a lot of criticism over the last few seasons, and I think obviously a lot of unfair criticism. Everyone at the club rates Andy, and it's only now that maybe depressing the fans are, really.
And speaking of teammates, you can't talk about Andy Cole without mentioning Dwight Yorke. Together, they formed one of the greatest strike partnerships English football has ever seen. Their connection was almost telepathic. They just knew where the other would be.
That's a brilliant pass for Andy Cole. Well, talk about being on the same wavelength. These two are in perfect harmony.
During the 98-99 treble season, they scored 53 goals between them, carrying United in both the league and in Europe. Both of them don't get enough recognition for how brilliant they were in the Premier League. But shifting focus to Andy Cole, his legacy should have been set in stone long ago. His induction into the Premier League Hall of Fame wasn't just deserved, it was much needed. This was a special player who achieved so much at the very highest level, and that's without even mentioning his other milestones, like being the first player to ever score 5 goals in a single Premier League game, or still holding the record for the most goal contributions in a single season with 47, sharing it with Alan Shearer and Mo Salah. Andy Cole isn't just underrated, he's one of the greatest players to ever grace the Premier League.